Hi, this is Corey P. Dunlap, the world's #1 motivational speaker. Not only a motivational speaker, I'm also a professor. Today I want to talk to you about your portfolio. That's right, your portfolio. I want to go over some things that are very important that's going to help you get to the next level. Some things you may have heard before, but then there are going to be some things you never heard before. If you give me a few minutes of your time, I promise you, you won't regret it. Let's talk about your portfolio. The first thing I want to talk about inside of your portfolio, that's right, it's all about you. That's right, say it's all about me. That's right, it's all about you. It's got to be interesting. The very first point I have here says it has to be interesting. Nobody wants to see anything that's not interesting. If you're going to sell me a car, show me something I like about the car. If you're going to sell yourself, show me something interesting about you. Number two, what is your strongest work? If inside of your portfolio, it's absolutely necessary for you to put in something that is most intriguing, most inviting, that explains most in detail, that's going to be exasperating and exhausting, something that's very significant to you. So what's most interesting to you, you need to put inside the portfolio. Because if I was the potential employer, I want to look at the portfolio and say, you know what? This person here is on point. Number three, creative work. What is your creative work? Show me something that you have done that has set you apart from everybody else. In other words, take a glass of water, put it in a cold environment, freeze it, you've made it ice. Don't just hand me water, hand me a block of ice that I can have cool water and not just lukewarm water. That's what you call being creative. Number three, remember this, or number four, your portfolio is just like a sketchbook. When you understand what you're sketching, what you're drawing, you will know exactly what you're painting. Think of an artist. An artist will give you his greatest work. But you know what? When you see the artwork, you will be able to identify. You know what? That's Leonardo da Vinci. That's Michelangelo. You'll be able to recognize, it's just like a potential employer, they'll be able to recognize what's your greatest work. The next point is a journey book. Your portfolio is like a map. It's like a journey book. It's taking you from a place to a place. Show me your start. Show me where you are. I can show you where you're headed. But your portfolio is going to tell us where you've been. It's going to show where you're at. But by you coming to the potential employer, you're letting us know where you want to go. The next point talks about your work, your labor. Show us your history. What things have you done in the past? What are you good at? Those things are going inside your portfolio. We're talking about your portfolio today, ladies and gentlemen. Show us what's inside of that briefcase. The next point says accomplishments and awards. Surely you have some accomplishments. You know, show me some trophies. Well, not necessarily a trophy, but show me some certificates. Show me some accolades. Show me some things that you have crossed and some things that you're good at. And evidence of it. Those are the academics and those awards. And remember this point right here as it relates to portfolio. It deals with structure, organization, and professionalism. When you present your portfolio to that potential employer, the very first thing you're going to see is professionalism. Inside of professionalism, there's going to be both structure and organization. When you give me structure, you give me organization, you've given me professionalism. The first page inside your portfolio, all right, is very important. In fact, the very first page that you put inside your portfolio, that's going to give us direction of how it's going to go. It's going to paint a picture at the very beginning. Two things in life, how you enter and how you leave. The first and the last. The very first page is going to show us where the direction the portfolio is going in, and the very last page is going to show us where we've been. Remember that, very two significant points, first and last. The oldest piece is the weakest piece. Don't sit and relish on past experiences, past accomplishments. It's okay to spend a few minutes talking about your past. But during that interview and that process with your portfolio, talk about your future. Talk about where you're going. Don't necessarily talk about where you're at, but talk about where you're going. That's showing how you are significant to the organization or to the company. All right? The next point I want to talk about is show us your passion. Don't be ashamed of anything. Think about a picture. If I give you a picture and it has a painting and a drawing on it, you can pretty much show me, say for example, a picture of a tree. But what if I give you a picture with some dots on it? You may call it abstract, But to the potential employer, they're going to call it scattered data. Scattered data means you have been privy to learn different things as relates to business. Therefore, that could be an asset as opposed to a liability to that organization. The next point is anything that's necessary inside the portfolio, you need to have it in there. Don't look and say, you know what, I don't need this, but I need that. Don't put anything that's unnecessary inside your portfolio. I draw the conclusion, I draw the point of the airport. When you go to the airport, you can't bring everything on board. You can't bring everything as a carry-on. You got to add some things, you got to leave some things. But if you attempt to bring everything, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money. Just same thing with your portfolio. If you attempt to bring everything in the portfolio, it could cost you the job. Only choose what's significant and what's most important. The next point is, and it's very important, I want to conclude with this last point right here, is evidence of the future. Most employers want to know is, what are you bringing to the table? No, we're not talking about Thanksgiving. What are you bringing for dinner? What are you bringing in November? No, what are you bringing to the table? Because it's what you bring to the table is going to be the difference maker at that job, company, or organization. If you bring something that's significant, something that's missing, if you're a problem solver, be a problem solver. Being a problem solver says two things about you. Number one, you have the ability to find an answer that wasn't there before. And number two, problems leads to income. That's right, problems lead to income. If you're able to solve problems, people will pay you money and provide you commission and provide you a salary to solve that problem. Once again, this is Corey P. Dunlap, the world's #1 motivational speaker, live on location here in a classroom setting, teaching you about having and organizing a portfolio. If you don't have one today, go ahead and start developing one. Get one. Start somewhere. You may say, hey, Mr. Dunlap, Professor Dunlap, I don't know where to start. Let me tell you where to start. Start somewhere. That's right. Start right there where you're at. And then when you put everything down, it's like brainstorming. You're able to scatter things out. And then you begin to organize everything. And as you organize it, and you put things in a specific order, the order and the standard that you select and the structure that you select will come together. You'll be surprised how things come together. It's like a movie. They always create the last scene first. You know why? Because they know that in the end, it's going to be victory. You're going to win. Success. But the beginning of the movie, you may have to go through certain experiences, certain obstacles, certain failures in order to win. Hey, it's Corey P. Dunlap, the world's #1 motivational speaker, live on location here in the classroom, teaching you in a professor format. I hope you learned something today. Visit my website at www.eagletakeoff.com. Write me a letter at P.O. Box 50233, Atlanta, Georgia 30302. Or email me at CoreyDunlap@bellsouth.net. Or if you want to pick up the phone, send me a text or give me a call. Give me a call at 562-273-EAGLE or 562-273-2453. Once again, it's been Corey Dunlap, live on location. It's been my pleasure to bring this lesson to you about your portfolio. You never know where you're going. You know where you've been. You understand where you're at, but you're going somewhere. And as always, remember this slogan right here. The eagle only lands just to take off. And I'm gone. See you next time.